am really excited about this new image from JWST. I don't know if I have the word for it, but I absolutely adore how it looks. This glittering space sausage is actually the result of two young stars interacting while they continue to form and grow, and it is stunning. The pair are only 1,470 light years away in the Vela constellation, allowing them to be imaged by JWST in incredible detail. Star systems take millions of years to form, but this one is just a few 100,000 years old, giving us an incredible insight into the formation of binary star systems. Collectively, the object is known as Herbig-Haro 46/47. It's named after the first couple of people to study these types of bright objects that are associated with young stars, and it was initially considered to be two separate nebulae, but now we generally refer to this object as the same single entity. The newly forming stars themselves are in the center of the chaos, given away by the bright pink and red diffraction spikes coming off of them due to their brightness. These spikes are a bit thicker than the white spikes of the other stars that are scattered throughout the image, but I think it's simply because it's two stars together, giving the spikes. Bigger objects means bigger spikes. The central stars are actually buried inside a thick disk of dust and gas that continues to feed their growth. The disk itself isn't very visible here, but we can see its shadow against the bright background. The striking orange jets and lobes are made of material being thrown off of the stars. As they consume lots of dust and gas, the whole system gets very hot, and that creates outward winds that blow material out in these jets. The ejections are random and they vary in volume, speed, and frequency, resulting in these beautiful jets as new material collides with older ejecta that still sat there in space. More recently ejected matter is shown as bluer threads and jets, and at the end of the lobes we have stunning purple areas too, also made of hot, recent ejecta. The light blue cloud surrounding the jets is a region of dense gas, and in particular this is an object we call a Bok globule. It's not easy at all to see this dust and gas in longer wavelengths as light, such as visible light. But in the near-infrared image here, it is a striking feature. The edges of the nebula are the soft orange edges towards the bottom of the structure, and overall this whole thing is just so fun to look at. It's a beautifully framed image with stunning colours and textures. 10 out of 10, no notes from me. I find that the longer you stare at the image, the more amazing objects you can find in it. JWST is so good at collecting light that no matter where you look here, you can see countless galaxies in the distant background poking through. Many of these have themselves amazing colours and shapes, and could have whole videos dedicated to each of them. There's also loads more wisps, small nebulae, and other interesting things to be found in the image. Do let me know your favourites if you can decide on one in the comments below, but here are a few that I think are particularly cool. Firstly, there is a perfectly formed question mark down here. Like, I don't have an explanation for how this is so perfect, but just look at how great it looks. Nearby, there's also a pretty good number 4, which I quite like too. Maybe this galaxy, if you squint, looks like the number 2 as well, and then we have a cosmic 42 finally on our hands. My favourite though might be this extended object over here. Maybe it's just me, but I can't unsee this thing being a little lizard dude. They've got a head, little feeties, a tail down here, and what my brain turns into a sort of cobra hood around here too. What a fun little guy. So please help me name this cosmic kimono lizard in the comments below if you can. I actually think what it is this lizard is some of the oldest material ejected by the two fledgling stars. It's the most distant from them, and it is connected to the big lobe by a few thin wisps. On the other lobe up here, there is an even bigger sublobe that's been pushed even more distant, but is still connected by some strands of dust and gas. Counterintuitively, this half of the image, with the overall small lobes, is actually pointing slightly towards us, and is therefore slightly closer to us than the large lobe side. This isn't the first time that HH 46/47 has been imaged either. I found this great comparison that was tweeted, X'd, by JWST feed, and it compares the objects across many wavelengths, from radio to visible, and in a few different infrared wavelengths too. Spitzer was the flagship infrared telescope before JWST, but looking at its image now, it seems so small and blurry. even though this was revolutionary and shockingly beautiful when it was taken back in 2007. We're truly spoiled by JWST nowadays. Over the next few million years, HH4647 will fully form into a binary system of stars. They will tidy up a lot of the dust and the gas here, either by consuming the material and using it to grow, or by blowing it away, and the stars will take center stage against a galactic backdrop. Until next time, stay safe team. I'll see you soon. Bye!